theme in our first reading in our gospel today, and it's all about discipleship. Jesus and Elijah telling their disciples to come and follow after them. And so to begin with, who in the chapel today is Jesus calling to follow him? Hopefully, so we got one. All of us, right? Yes. All of us are called to be disciples, to come and follow after Jesus. And what I've found in my life is that there have been a lot of times in my life where I've said, okay, Jesus, you come and follow after me, and we're going to go this way. Where Jesus was really saying, Father Jim, he didn't always call me Father Jim. Started after ordination. Father Jim, I want you to come and follow after me. And so, what the question is for all of us today is, am I saying to Jesus, Jesus, come and follow after me, we're going this way? Or am I actually spending time in prayer asking the Lord, where are you calling me? How am I being called to follow you? Because ultimately what Jesus wants for us is what's absolutely best for us, and nothing will ever satisfy our heart the way that he can. So, what I want to do, where are our high school students? You guys can just raise your hand. Okay. So I'm going to need answers from you guys. We've gotten lots of answers from the little kids the last couple of days. What do you guys want out of high school? Like, what are some of the desires of your heart? What do you want out of high school?
Education.
An education, good. Anything else? Is that yeah. Learn how to draw better, right? Like perfect a craft. Is that good? Like grow in that? Yeah. Sports, right? Okay. Just like sports in general, you want to win, get better. Get better? Perfect. Okay. Friendships. Perfect. Yeah. No one wants to go through high school and like be completely alone, right? Everyone wants to have friends. Anything else? You guys have hit the main ones, I think. But yeah. What's that? Oh, that's okay. I just couldn't hear. That's okay. Yeah, do you have one too? Memories with friends, right? So to have a good time. Yeah, last one. Getting to class on time, which helps with the grades, right? And so, I'll be honest, when I was going through high school, these were my 3 goals. Number 1, be popular, have friends, have a good time. Number 2, be really good at sports, right? And so we could say like not just sports, but like perfecting a craft, if it's art or if it's music. And then number 3 was don't fail school, right? And so I succeeded in all 3 of those goals. You may be proud to know I did not fail out of high school. Just kind of like a quick record. But more importantly than not failing out of school, my goals were really all about me being popular and being really athletic and good at sports. And so what ended up happening was I was saying to Jesus almost on a daily basis, like, God, here's what I want, so you just bless my sports, and you make sure that people like me, and you make sure that I have everything that I need. And I say, Jesus, here we go, we're going in this direction. But I had never stopped to ask, Jesus, where are you calling me? How are you calling me to follow you? And so what ended up happening was my senior year in high school, I was a captain on our football team. I was our starting quarterback, and we were really, really bad, so don't ask about football stories. But I was also a 4-year starter on our baseball team. I was a captain on our baseball team, and I was being recruited by small colleges in Michigan to play in college, and that was like my dream. And then at the same time, we just had our homecoming dance, and I was actually dating a girl at the time. I had a lot more hair though, so I think that helped me in terms of like the dating aspect. I also was more dating, that helped as well. But we were both elected to the homecoming court. And I was like, I'm popular, sports are going great, everything is good. God, you just keep doing what I want, and everything's going to be good. And then there was one day that everything changed. I was actually at one of I went to a Catholic school, so we had all school masses once a week. And I'll just sit here because this is where I kind of was. I was like standing there participating in Mass, and I was like, God, everything's great. You're doing everything I want you to do. This is perfect. And then all of a sudden, the best way I can describe it is a thought that wasn't my own popped into my head. And it was, Jim, you need to think about being a priest. The chills went down my spine, and I was like, oh crap. this is really bad, right? So the first thing that I it's not really bad. And so what ended up happening though is, like, where is Jesus right now? In the tabernacle, right? And so I was like, you know what probably happened is, like, I was standing here and Jesus was talking, and so, like, I intercepted a message, and there's really a Jim back here somewhere. And I just have to tell him, hey, Jim, God wants you to be a priest. Your life is over, but now mine can keep going. And that is not what happened, though. Like, God really wanted me to stop and say, not, Jesus, here we go, let's go my way. He was calling me to stop and actually spend some time with him to ask, Jesus, where are you calling me to follow you? And this really scared me a lot. We have lots of seminarians here who can probably relate to one degree or another with this. And so, when does Jesus speak to us? When we do what? When we pray, right? So, like any good high school student, I thought, well, God is calling me to do something I don't want to do. In order to get him to stop, all I have to do is stop praying, right? Perfect! And this is the foolproof plan in my mind. Like, I'll stop praying, this will all go away, and me and Jesus, we can keep doing what I want to do. And I hope that I've come across just this past weekend as a somewhat happy person, somewhat joyful. And I can honestly say those days where I just decided to stop praying were the most miserable I've ever been in my entire life. And what ended up happening was I played Bible roulette, and I would not encourage anyone to do this, but I just opened up the Bible one night because I was like, God, there has to be more than me just being miserable trying to do my own thing. And I ended up opening up to Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to 30. And it wasn't like I was reading it, it was almost like Jesus was speaking directly to me. And this is what he said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And what I realized was that Jesus didn't want me to be leading him and saying, Jesus, we're going this way, come on. Jesus wanted to unite himself with me, to be yoked to me, so that I could follow him and follow his plan. And what ended up happening was I was able to go to the seminary and just saw that God really was in control. That what he ended up doing was when I went to the seminary, I was worried I'm going to have to give up baseball. I'm never going to have any friends again. I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. Like, we'll walk around on our knees and, like, it'll be terrible. And what I found was what God wanted for me was actually my joy, my happiness. And I loved seminary because it was almost like I had 100 brothers who would always be there to play sports with me and to hang out and to play video games and to watch football. And then I actually was able to play college baseball at the seminary because it was like a dorm on a college campus. And so what I found was when I stopped saying, Jesus, follow me, we're going to do it my way, when I started actually following him, he gave me the desires of my heart in a way that I could have never provided myself. So to stop and to ask ourselves today, am I saying to Jesus in life, Jesus, come on, follow me, let's do it my way? Or am I ready to stop, to recognize that if I'm laboring, if I'm wearied, if I'm tired of trying to do it all on my own, that